Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And sponsored by PBJ Mortgage, Jade Galt, Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding, FireBoss Realty, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, and by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, Plano. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I am your host, Nathan Smith from the Enfuego Group, where we specialize in guiding your personal finance, and we offer tailored small business solutions. At the Enfuego Group, we're not just about financial freedom. We're passionate about empowering aspiring entrepreneurs to break free from corporate America. So I invite you to join us in our mission to ignite the fire for freedom and to help you live life on fire. But hey, enough about me. Let's get right to it today. We've got an extremely exciting show lined up. We're going to continue our topic, third week so far for June. We've got one more awesome show coming up next week. We're talking about collaborative marketing for innovative branding, a theme we're going to dive into during our second segment. But you're probably wondering what's going on in Plano, what's happening. So in order to do that, we've got to introduce our amazing co-host and guest. So let's get right to it. A former 37-year fire captain turned Dave Ramsey master trained financial coach, over 2 decades teaching biblical financial principles, but he now leads FireBoss Realty alongside his family, his wife Amy, daughter Carrie Jo, and son Blake, also a local fire captain. FireBoss Realty, they bring a relational approach to real estate, ensuring every client feels like their only client. Let's welcome Scott Johnson. Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you this morning?
I am just great, man. What are you most excited about today?
Well, I've started co-hosting with you now, and I'm kind of excited to get the show on the road.
Yeah, I failed to tell everybody that you're a brand new co-host with us, so we want everybody to know that could not be more excited to get you on board with your experience. We found out, Lyndon and I, that we know a ton of people. Yeah. And I don't know if that's because we do or you do, but we have a lot of connections in common, which is really awesome. So excited to have you on. Excited for today. All right, let's bring in Debbie Watson of Team Watson Redeemer. She's dedicated to unlocking entrepreneurial opportunities for financial success, helping Main Street families achieve Wall Street financial success through sound education and personal finance. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am just awesome. I'm so good. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about our guest.
I am
excited to have you guest co-hosting from our Frisco show. What are you most excited about today?
I'm excited that I made it because I've had a lot of technical issues this morning. So hallelujah, I figured it out.
One of our principles is making exceptional, I'll keep it PG, making exceptional stuff happen.
Exactly.
And sometimes you got to figure out how to make it work. And so you were battling behind the scenes, and no one would know it except that you just shared it with everybody. But hey, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's bring in our first guest, Jeannie Smith from Guardian Mortgage. Jeannie helps clients achieve homeownership dreams with integrity and superior service. Over 40 years in the industry, Guardian Mortgage is known for honesty, community commitment, and a full range of financial products tailored to individual needs. Jeannie, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great. What are you most excited about today? You get to be here with Scott. Obviously, you guys work closely, but what else? What else?
Just to be here and act like with Debbie, get my technology working. So happy to be a part of this, and thank you for the invitation, Scott.
Well, I can't wait to sorry, go ahead. I can't wait to speak with you because I was looking at your bio and your experience, especially community involvement. It's just going to go really well with our topic today. And lastly, but certainly not least, let's bring in Jay Pujara, pharmacist, award-winning leader, author of Become Remarkable Now, also runs and operates Inspiration Masters LLC. His team empowers thousands with effective communication skills, personal development programs, from speech contests to executive coaching. They're making a positive impact nationwide. Jay, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Nathan. Glad to be here. Really exciting to be on here.
Awesome. Well, we're going to hear a little bit more about what you have coming up specifically for our Plano residents that we can be a part of in our next segment. But in order to do that, guys, we're going to go to our first commercial break. When we get back, we're going to jump right into What's Up Plano, figure out some things that you need to know that are happening. So stick around on the Community Difference. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with FireBoss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano? Probably my, second favorite, maybe favorite segment, I don't know, where we figure out, hey, what do you need to know as a Plano resident, as a business owner, what's happening in your town, in our town, that we need to make everyone aware of. And so we've talked about this for the last, 3 or 4 weeks at least, but it's finally happening. It's coming up this weekend, the Texas Flood event June 22nd. Plano Arts and Events presents Texas Flood Live at Red Tail Pavilion, starting at 7 p.m. Gates open at 6. Tickets are $18 for adults, $16 for seniors and military first responders. Kids 12 and under and kids 12 and under, I should say. Sorry. You can bring your own snacks, drinks, coolers. No alcohol, no dogs. I don't know what the deal is with dogs, but no dogs. So leave your four-legged furry friend at home, but come out for some fantastic music this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Red Tail Pavilion. Now, I would like to bring in Jennifer D'Artes with Voodoo Brewery. We're going to be having our first Plano Community Difference happy hour next Thursday, a week from tomorrow at 5 p.m. So I thought, hey, let's bring on Jennifer, get to know her a little bit, talk about, they just opened, I believe, back in, was it March, Jennifer?
Yes, March 8th.
March 8th. And so just give us a quick timeline here. How did you become an entrepreneur, especially in the brewery space? And then just to give us a little background there.
Well, so obviously me and my husband have loved craft beer for quite some time.
Don't we all?
We actually spent our first anniversary at a brewery. I think it was both of our first brewery. And we've made a pact that we're going to try to go to one in every state. So we're working diligently on that. But yeah, so I was a stay-at-home mom for 13 years. And in 2022, when our youngest was getting ready to start kindergarten, I decided I wanted to get back out there and have something for myself. So we started looking at different paths, went down a couple that just were a little bit of a dead end. And then we had always talked about owning a brewery, and we came across the Voodoo model and just loved it, loved the vibe, loved the community that they have, and then of course the beer. So that's how we went down the Voodoo.
So why, the downtown Plano area, if you don't know, they're literally, you could throw a rock to the DART station, to the actual track, very close, right by the, I'm totally blanking on the pavilion, the music pavilion right there by you. McCall Plaza. Thank you. Why Plano? Why that area? What do you like about Plano?
Well, we moved here in 2019. First night here, that was where we went to eat. Just loved it. Loved the vibe down there. Just laid back. Love all the festivals, which those have definitely helped us out a little bit starting off. So it's just a fun area. And then they've been so welcoming. I was a little nervous about, coming in being something different. And but everyone has just been so welcoming down there. And then our actual physical location, it doesn't hurt that we have 3 walls of windows. It is amazing. It is so bright in there. You can see the dart, like you said, which is why we went with the dart, the train logo. We went with that because the train's right there, and so is the train museum. So, it's just been a great location for us. So
you
far.
guys y'all have a good patio set up that'll be really nice. Maybe not in the summer. It's a little, but in the wintertime or the fall, it's going to be perfect. Very spacious, and you get to kind of open up to that area. And parking's actually really good in downtown Plano for the most part. There's a lot of parking spots. Now, what makes Voodoo, from a brewer perspective, unique, or why did you choose that? Because there's obviously other franchises you could have gone with, but what makes them unique?
We love the fact that we got to make it our own. So as I mentioned, we got to go with the train logo. We each get to have our own logo. We very much so personalize a lot of things. We're from South Louisiana, and so we added a lot of Cajun aspects to our menu. Also, if you've been in and seen our logo, you can see that we have a crawfish on it. We have a little bit of Mardi Gras in there. We definitely intend to have a big Mardi Gras party. So we really love that Voodoo has allowed us to do all of these things and really make it our own. We also get to pick all the guest taps that we want. My husband has had a great time picking the different taps, and we welcome you to come in and tell us what you'd like to see on guest taps. We always love to hear from the community what they'd like to see next.
Debbie, you said you had a question? Sorry.
I do. So 2 very short ones. How many beers do you have on tap? And then will you have maybe some kind of tasting events, things like that?
So we have 24 taps, typically 10 to 14 are of Voodoo beer. We have 1 nitro coffee, and then the rest are all, we try to stay as local, Texas beers, craft beers as possible. Sometimes we get into other ones, especially if people ask for them. And then tastings, you're welcome to come in and have a flight. We have both a flagship flight, and then we have custom flights that you can, come in and try different ones. We've also done some guest tap takeovers with other local breweries. So yeah, just trying to get the craft beer out there to the community.
I love it. Do y'all have Lakewood Temptress?
Yes. It is not on yet, but it is in our cooler. So It is coming. Yes.
Well, I want to, what do you, this is my last beer question. Everyone's like, what is the equivalent, kind of the darkest stout that Voodoo does?
Where Our Secrets Go. It is hands down one of my favorites.
That's a great name.
Yes, you have to come in. You have to follow the stories of Voodoo beer. It's kind of funny. We have 37 pieces of flair, which is from Office Space. So they really try to be.
That's a great. I love it. Well, last question to you. Are you a lot of people in the community, especially younger folks, may be looking for some opportunities. Are y'all hiring, or where are you at in that process as far as staffing is concerned?
We definitely will always take applications, but right now we just hired 3 new people in our kitchen. But all of our staff for the front of house have been original from the day we opened. They have all been amazing. We love them. So for now, we're not looking for anyone. But we definitely love to take any applications. We will not turn them down.
Well, guys, if you are if you're listening or you're watching this after the fact, come join us next Thursday at Voodoo Brewery. We're going to be doing our first Community Difference Plano happy hour, hopefully the first of many there. And thank you so much to Jennifer D'Artes, and we look forward to expanding on this relationship and look forward to coming out and having some great food and beer next Thursday at 5.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
See you Thursday.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's turn it over to Jay. Jay, I'm excited because you have a lot of things going on as far as making people better, right? More professional from a speaking standpoint. You've got some things coming up. You see it right behind you there. Talk about the public speaking program that's going to be in Plano and what that entails.
Right. So we have the public speaking in Plano for a very long time now. I think it's over 6-7 years now. So we started out a long time back in 2015 and had the programs. So somebody told me, you need to be in Plano. I said, okay. And I walked in. So there is a place called QD Academy by the Sprouts Market on Coit and Legacy. And we walked in and we got to meet amazing couple who runs the show over there. And we started our program there. And it's been a very successful ride since then. So we've been having this program constantly going on over at the location.
And Lennon, I think we have a graphic for the public speaking program. And it looks like when I looked at your site, your website, you have programs in Plano, Frisco, really a lot of cities all around North Texas.
Exactly. Yeah, we have 10 plus locations here in Dallas, and we also work with the cities. So we're working with the city of Coppell, Frisco, and Euless. We worked in the past. So the current programs are going on all over the places. These are currently what you see is the summer camps. So we run the summer camps throughout the summer, June and July. So those are the youth programs. So we have programs for all ages. And the current program, what you see, our focus is mainly onto the youth groups. The 5th to the 12th grade are the major part of the program.
Do we have, Lyndon, do you have that graphic, the summer camp graphic up? Are we having an issue with that? No, the other one. Yep, there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
So now I saw. So you have, this is obviously for adults, but you also have programs for youth. It's the grades 5 to 10. Perfect. So this is more youth focused.
This is the summer is mainly youth focused. The summer camps, because these are the only time when the kids are at home and they need to be dropped off for the day. So this is where they come in. They have a 3-hour program, very comprehensive. They learn every single part of communication, how to grow and develop their content, and how to go onto the stage and present it well. So we work on all sides of communication within these programs. They have a lot of games which are all related to public speaking, but the focus is mainly the personal growth, personal development, and at the same time having an excellent communication skills. So how it all started is that we want to see that they learn it at an early age. So when they come out of college, and they have to talk to 3 people, as I always tell them, that, hey, you have to talk to your customers, to your employees, and to your investors. And you need to learn that now, because when you come out of college, it's too late. When you really need it, that's too late. So that is how these programs are designed to see that they become very confident speakers.
Well, that's a real skill, because you see that today a lot of times where people just don't get the speaking skills. And when you go into, whether you're speaking in front of somebody or just interviewing or doing a podcast, whatever, you have to be able to communicate with people to have that professional appearance and that professional regard and that reputation. And it's not something that is really being taught, I don't think, as much in our schools today.
That's correct. Yeah.
I love what you're doing. So guys, throw that back up there one more time, Lennon, if you can. Sorry, I know you're doing some other things in the background.
And Jay, usually how many students do you have in the class each time?
Oh, yeah. So that's a good question. So each and every single time, all of these have 15 kids at the most at one time, because each and every one has to go onto the stage and present it. So how I see it is that the majority of the growth happens on stage. So I want to put them on the stage as much as possible. So each and every single time, the coaches, they explain them, then they go out, they do the presentation, and then the coaches give them a feedback. Hey, these are the things you're really good at. This needs improvement. And that's how they add value to them. And they go from head to toe on body language, eye contact, facial expressions, and hand gestures, their movement on stage, every single thing they comment on. And also they develop their content, what's going to be opening, what's going to be the body of the speech, what's going to be the closing. They work on every aspect to see that they become very confident. So this is, it's turning out to be great for the kids at a very young age, and it becomes second nature. So we got 2 of the national winners the last week. So that was very exciting to hear that, whatever we do, I never talk about those things in classroom, but eventually as a byproduct, we see that they're performing at the highest level. So that makes me very happy to see that happen.
Yeah, you talked about their content. What content do you give them a topic, or do they come with their own topics? How do they come up with what they're going to talk about?
That's an excellent question. So this is one of the copies. I think you can see it slightly. Okay, because of my background, the green. You see one of these books. This is book 1, but I have written 16 of those, the books and workbooks. So they get those. They have digitals on there because of the modern technology, right? They have it digitally, and each and every one also has my video on it explaining them. So we do everything in classroom. They get the projects, so we call them projects. So what we give them is, say, for example, they're starting out. Currently, my camps are running as we speak at 3 locations. So they go first on leadership. They go on to the storytelling, which we also teach corporate. Then they go to persuasion. They go on to the entrepreneurship. They do develop and show a product. And as they go into the system, they say they have to do something which is like a reporter. They have to do something on technology, something on introspective speech about themselves, something about global challenges and solutions. So we give them so many projects which they work on. And that gives them an idea how to develop the content, how to organize it, and how to go and present it well. So that's a great question, Scott. I like that.
We've done a lot of interviewing with young firefighters, and one thing I've noticed when they come into the interviews, they don't make eye contact. They don't know how to present themselves. They have a really hard time just even having a regular conversation. So I think that's a pretty valuable.
I think his kids are so used to looking like this half the time.
So if you guys want to go to inspirationmasters.com, especially for parents of Plano kids age 5th grade through 10th grade, look at some areas of opportunity. This is going to be great for educating and helping our kids of the city learn these soft skills that are going to take them really far in their journey, whether it's in business or entrepreneurism. Scott, you have a couple of things as we wrap up here.
Yeah, I'll add one more thing for just a second, if it's possible. So it's not just for the kids, though. We have a program called Effective Communication for Influence, and that is for the adults, and that is for the corporate. So we have the corporate where the entire teams, we train them on effective communication, because it's the same question with the people who are at work. And Nathan, Scott, Jeannie, and Debbie, you all seen that when people come to work, they still need to be guided to see that how, and they have to do the presentations, they have to be in the meeting, and make sure that everybody is on the spot and they are able to communicate exactly the way they want it. That is the challenge for the employers. So we work with them, with the entire teams, and train them on communication skills.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I look forward to having more of that conversation and learning how you integrate what you're doing, working with other businesses. And I think that's going to go really nicely with our call-based topic.
Yes.
So look forward to hearing more about that, Jay. Scott, wrap us up here. Got a couple things happening in Plano starting tomorrow and this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow there's a Rare of Breed concert over at Red Tail Pavilion. When I first heard of them, I like all kinds of genres of music, and these guys have a Christian message with a country feel, and they do it with a hip hop beat. Now,
wow!
When I first looked at that, I went, "Yeah, I don't know what that means either," but I pulled them up on YouTube, and it's pretty awesome. So that's a free concert. It's tomorrow night over at Red Tail, and then another one. The last one I've got is Norma's Cafe. Has been around for 68 years. They're doing their anniversary celebration next Wednesday.
Love Norma's.
And they're doing a chicken fried steak and limited edition birthday cake pie. I don't know what that is, but they're rolling it back to 1950s prices. It's $1.85 each.
Wow.
$2 with tax. So all the proceeds from the day are going to go to supporting Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Greater Dallas. So it's a fundraiser. It's awesome food. If you haven't had chicken fried steak at Norma's, you need to go for that. It's down on 15th Street, 605 West.
You know,
15th.
if that's not cause-based marketing, I don't know what is.
Exactly.
So,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Scott, I'm going to be there next Wednesday. I hope you're there too. I hope you guys are
I'm
there.
planning on making it.
Well, guys, hey, we're going to jump into our topic. Speaking of cost-based marketing, can't wait to dive into that more with each of our guests here. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll dive in. So stick around on the Community Difference Plano. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home from June 11th through the 16th against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Enjoy fireworks from the field and NASCAR night presented by the Texas Motor Speedway on June 14th, Mutt Cuts night, a tribute to Dumb and Dumber on June 15th, and Father's Day and Dallas Black Giants Day on June 16th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the future stars of your Texas Rangers.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back, guys. This is probably I said what's up was my favorite, but this is really my favorite segment because I love the topics and what we choose, guys. What we talk about each month is really based on, feedback that we get from other business owners, just when we're doing research. What is it that people are talking about, asking questions about? What are they struggling with? What do they need to know more about that they don't? And so you'll see a theme between our turn. Last month we were talking about turning social media into service media, right? Talking about less about ourselves and more about our story, our impact, and then you transition that into this month's calls-based collaboration is all about taking the focus off specifically what we do as a business, because we all do good work. We're all passionate about what we do, our products, our services, right? But when we can do something synergistically with someone else, or for a cause, or we point the focus somewhere else, that always brings in more people to champion that cause, which is obviously going to give us more exposure, help us become more top of mind, right? So that's a big part of calls-based marketing, calls-based collaboration. It's not just marketing with nonprofits, but it's marketing with people within our own organization. What's important to them? What's important to other businesses in the community? What's important to the community, right? And so what I want to start with, and I'd like to start with Jeannie because I want to hear from her on this specifically. Jeannie, what is with Guardian Mortgage? When you look at the social impact that you guys are making, the work that you do with the community, how do you monitor, or how do you measure, I guess is a better word, the social impact that you guys are making with the community, with the different objectives that you guys set out to achieve when you're partnering with the community, et cetera? Talk about some of those measures first of all, and then how do you tell, is this working? Is this the right approach, et cetera? Does that make sense?
Yes, Nathan. Thank you for the question. So with Guardian Mortgage, we are a division of Sunflower Bank, and we are in 44 states. So there is community involvement in every one of those states. So we initiate several programs that are specific to that city. Like Plano, we work with treasured vessels. We work with on-the-road lending. We do community reinvestment acts. And as far as how we measure it, and going back to the other question about the digital aspect of it, and then we do a lot of Facebook posting and just generating buzz through our groups that are involved, or whoever is spearheading that initiative. So we, as far as measuring, I was speaking with our chief officer over our community investment programs, and she said, we are constantly looking at the best ways to measure it. And, I'm a big, proponent of measuring because I come from a very strong marketing background. And you really need to know what your initiative, if it is, reaching the community, making an impact. And I see it. I just see it in every one of our initiatives, just the feedback that we get. Whenever we do launch a program, we do look at the people who respond to the program, especially our Community Reinvestment Act. And that is basically offering to some of our underserved, or it's really our duty to serve, but working with some underserved communities to help them get better rates based off of either their income, based off the area median income, or even the property. We look at it on both, not just one or the other. So it's a very great initiative to help people have affordable housing payments.
And how do people know about the community reinvestment?
So Scott, when working with your clients, I always do an initial call with them, and I always talk with them about that. We also do a lot of promoting, like on our Facebook and our social media sites, about our Community Reinvestment Act, and it is on our main website as well. So I integrated into all of my conversations that this is a option. Because sometimes the property may not qualify, but maybe the individual's income does. So it's just each of us are very passionate about this program because it really helps our home buyers get into affordable housing payment.
And Jeannie, how would you say that you partner with other influential people that might help with your cause and to make sure? I mean, you already talked about social media, but are there other influential people that maybe be passionate, just like you guys are, to get the word out there?
Yes, and we do partner with other organizations that are several foundations that we do talk with them about the opportunity for affordable housing. We're very involved in several associations, and we'll partner with them to do partnership, community, events that we will talk about it and hold homebuyer classes, and just help them really understand how the program can help them obtain affordable housing. But yes, and we're always looking for new partners. The lady that spearheads this, and she's she puts it out in a monthly newsletter to all employees. And if you have an initiative that you're passionate about and that you want to partner with, then let's talk about it.
And are these are they mainly for new home buyers, or would you also do refis that might help someone that might be struggling financially?
Correct. This is for first-time home buyers, seasoned home buyers, as long as they qualify. We have another program that we do that's called on-the-road lending that we invest heavily in. And whenever I'm talking to, and we do a lot with down payment assistance as well, because of our bank status, we're available to offer every type of down payment assistance. So if I'm working with somebody and they have a need, I listen very intently. One lady, for example, was in her car and her air conditioning was broke and she had to roll her windows up so she could hear me. And I was like, well, how's your car doing? And then that led into the conversation about on the road lending. So, we're always looking, it's just our company is very passionate about all of our organizations that we partner with. So we're always talking about it with our clients. And a lot of clients, they don't have that need, but they may know somebody.
Scott, I got a question for you. I hesitate to say, corporate culture because you're a family owned, but you have a culture, obviously. But how do you integrate calls marketing into we'll just call it your family culture, beyond just the real estate world? Or what partnerships have you already developed that you're working with? You can kind of take it two ways.
Zig Ziglar was famous for saying that you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. So we a lot of times just work with people who are, what is it that they're looking for? What is it they're trying to get? It's kind of with working with Jeannie. We got a deal working right now with Jeannie that it needed a quick close, and she's going to close it in 13 business days, which is incredible. And she's never
miracle.
missed a close. But when she tells me she can do it, she's generally done it. But we work a lot with, FireBoss Realty, we try to operate it as a nonprofit. We do pull some of the profit off, but not very much. The majority of our profit, we try to reinvest somewhere, which is the life is relationships. Everything else is just details part of our business. So we've got partnerships with like the Children's Advocacy Center, or there's City Bridge Church in Plano has an urgent care center that is absolutely free. I mean, like literally not, they take co-insurance. It's like absolutely free. It's a $15 copay. If you can't pay it, that's okay. Don't pay it. And we work with people like that. So when we're talking about the collaborations, we figured God built this business for us to be able to support his kingdom. So we find places where he wants that money spent, and then we go spend that money wherever he wants it.
Well, you mentioned, in working with other organizations, there's the opportunity to really co-brand, and that's good because the people on the end receiving the help or seeing the project or the initiative, they get to see FireBoss, they get to see the church, you get to see this initiative that you're doing together. And so, branding is obviously a huge part of marketing in general, but co-branding for a cause is really a double-edged sword in a good way. It's two different companies coming together to do something really powerful. And so, Jay, to you, what are some examples? I know Inspiration Masters is very prominent in the community. We just talked about some things that you have going on for students in the summer, but what are some examples of how you guys empower local communities through kind of a co-branded initiative?
Right. Yeah, that's a great question. So currently we have partnered with VIBA. It's a nonprofit organization. And
what's it called?
It's called VIBA, VIBHA.
Okay.
VIBA is mainly focused on children's education, underprivileged children's education. It's a quite good size organization with $23 million on there, and have helped about 3 million kids to keep them in school while the parents would not have the resources to put them in school. So that is who we partner with. And what happens is that whoever goes into the program, they get a benefit at the front end, but a portion of that proceeds go to VIBA each and every single time. And the same way we have been doing with the US Open Speech Contest, which is a large size contest held at the UT Dallas campus, where entire proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, not the profit, 100% of proceeds go to VIBA. So they support the kid, and about every $20 keeps a child in school for the entire school year in India. So we're supporting that cause. And there's a whole list of organizations I can say. There's a North Texas Food Bank. You're very familiar with North Texas Food Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have Raj and Anna Asava. We were just talking to them last week. They started to support about 1 million meals, and they have reached 40 million plus meals donated to North Texas Food Bank with the help. So we bring them onto the show and spread the message for them. Same way, there is a Gurukul in Plano, which they do educational programs for the kids. So they bring in kids from all over the nation, and they keep them for 2 to 7 days. And then we go, and it's all pro bono, just for free. We educate those kids into communication part of it. So same way we have done with United Inspire, and there is an institution called Surdan where they sing for a cause. They sing and then they donate the money. So 5 years back, we brought them in we've been doing for 5 years. So I think if you recall, Nathan, I think Scott, you might be very familiar with, we had an incident happen in Dallas where we lost 5 of our police officers in an incident. And so they were supporting the cause. So they would sing, collect, and donate it. And we bring them all onto the platform to see that their voice is going far off. So same way, it's constant. It's Shankar Eye Foundation where they do eye operations. So the eye operations are free. Just some of the things you mentioned, Scott. There is not even a copay. It's completely free for those who need the eye operations. So they have a project of doing about 1 million eye surgeries for free completely.
That's amazing.
So do you sing for a cause too?
I think they just got Hassan Minaj here in Dallas also supporting that cause, and he was. So we brought them up onto the platform to see that the voice can spread out and more people can come in and donate. Yes, Scott, what do you say? You were saying something.
Do you sing for a cause too?
I don't sing. I better not sing.
Sound like you could.
I was gonna ask you to give us a few bars.
So these are the kids from the School of Music, and they come together and they sing and they raise the funds. We bring them onto the stage to see that they get enough audience.
That's why you surround yourself with people that can do the things that you can't do. That's how you designate there. So let me ask this to you guys. We got a couple minutes here before our break, but every business has a marketing plan, or hopefully they do, right?
Yeah.
Why is calls-based marketing, collaborating for a calls with other businesses? Why is that a more effective approach? Obviously, all the approaches we do through marketing, we do want to have a return. That's why we're doing it. But we're also wanting to do good at the same time. But why is that collaborative approach a much better way to engage than just trying to, do any other host of things that people do for marketing?
Right. So,
I will share on that a little bit. Just I think so much that today, if you're giving more than you're receiving, it will come back to you. So I think the biggest thing is if you're working in your community and they're seeing that you're very active of the different causes out there, then they're more likely, wow, why, this person is helping. What do you do? What's your business? And it just kind of organically can happen. And for me personally, it makes me feel good. So, it's not just about doing that. I mean, my husband and I are very involved with veteran organizations because he is a veteran. So we serve a lot of veterans things. I'm just got really active with the Rotary here in my town of Little Elm. So it really is giving back to the community, and people will know who you are. So I think partnering with that, that's why even for us, you said branding earlier, Nathan, Team Watson Redeemers. Why did I put that? Because I'm so passionate about educating. So I've been partnering with nonprofits to just do free education on finance. So it's been very rewarding. And the show platform has given me the opportunity, honestly, to meet so many other nonprofits. And they're getting to know, and even now reaching out to me and asking me, hey, would you do training for us? So I think it's just super important that we have that, that we're not just all about sales. We're not just all about ourselves and our business, but that we're giving back to the community.
And that financial education is something that I don't think a lot of people have. It amazes me how little some people know about how to even just do a budget or track spending or things like that.
at the end of the day, you can't, and this is something Lyndon just shared with us, you can't control how much you're given, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can control how much you give.
Exactly.
And so that's really, there's a book that the Go Giver series, if you haven't read that, phenomenal. It's all about just the more you give, eventually something will come back, but you're never going to be, you're never going to feel sorry because you gave too much, you helped too much, you connected too much. And so that's very important. When we come back, we're going to go to commercial here. When we come back, we're going to jump in deeper with Jay and Jeannie, find out what drives them, a little more about their story, about their impact in our community. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Welcome back. We are here alongside Jeannie. We're here with Jay. We're here with Scott and Debbie. Welcome back. Love the topic, guys. Really good conversation, and I think that it's really important for us to understand that, like you said, what we're doing with other people, right, is ultimately where we find our fulfillment. It's hard to, it's lonely out there being an entrepreneur. If you're by yourself, that's oftentimes where the failure happens, right? We talk on The Difference all the time. You want to be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Well, there's maybe some other ways, but there's no better way to do that than to locking arms with other organizations or other businesses or other people, even if they don't necessarily have a match with what you're doing. Just to do something great together, and that helps get you and your story out into the community. And so, speaking of stories, let's start with you, Jeannie. Give us a background about how you got into mortgages, why you love, how you ended up in Plano, why you love Plano. Want to hear a little bit more about that.
Okay, great. Thank you for the question. Well, I first started my career as a financial analyst with Lockheed Martin. So I really knew that I loved numbers. And then I worked there for about 8-9 years. And then I took some time and I actually was a mortgage broker for about 9 months. And I fell in love with it. I love the realtors like Scott and just how everybody's very passionate about helping people. And then I went I moved to Texas, and I moved into a career of experiential marketing and spent a good chunk of time in that business. And then I hired a career coach, and I said, I've got to navigate my background. And, I love helping people. I love helping people make smart decisions. I work with, very high profile people from, the top of the company down to the lowest level person, that really needed help in all areas. And with that, I ended up back in mortgage. And I really fell in love with the business because it's one where you can really make a difference in somebody's life. And my main passion is helping people make smart financial decisions, because there are a lot of really good loan officers in our industry, but then there are also a lot of new ones, and there's some bad ones. And when you're in our position and you're looking at what you've got to do to accomplish getting a borrower to closing, sometimes you're making some serious decisions. Every day we're problem solving and making decisions. But I love that because I love to lead my team, and I have a set of inspirational, what I call this is what we live by. And every day when we make a decision on how we're going to help a client, we go back to that, and it's on my website. And this is what we do on every decision. If we're working with a client or working with a referral partner like Scott, this is our driving mission. So I just love it because I see people, obtain housing or a mortgage or a different product that they didn't even know that was available to them that really helped their family. And with my strong financial background, I'm able to present it to them in a fashion that they can look at it and they can quickly analyze it, because I have laid it out for them in an analytical approach for them to make a very informed and educated decision. So I'm very passionate about that.
Well, Scott, you're in the same industry, kind of on a different side. What are some of the biggest challenges? And if you want to pop in on this too, Jeannie, after he's done, but what are some of the biggest challenges that you face in the real estate space? And then on the flip side of that, what are some of the biggest rewards?
Well, a lot of people don't realize how much goes into getting a real estate transaction done.
Right.
And so talking about collaboration, I've got a family team, but I've got a team of other people too. I've got Jeannie, I've got people at title companies. I've got a whole team of people that we work with regularly that if they didn't do their part, then we would look horrible. So we rely on all of our partners, not just the family members, but we've got extended family members. I mean, I've worked with Jeannie. I don't know we've worked together for 12 or 13 years now.
14 years. Yes.
Okay.
And, it's building trust, because in our position, as you know, Scott, there are sometimes we have to deliver bad news. And, I always collaborate with, Scott first to discuss the solution. And most times we have a solution that is a positive outcome for our borrowers. So with Scott, we've built that trust where we can call and talk about anything, and that is extremely important.
Yeah.
Jay, what's in your work? Obviously, you're doing these trainings and teaching. Some of them are even free, which is awesome. Just trying to help get this information in the right people's hands. Some coming up in Plano, Frisco, some surrounding communities. But what's the most rewarding aspect of what you do? And then on the other side, what's the most challenging?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question, though. The most rewarding part for me is we put vested interest. Like, my interest is to see that a kid who is looking at the shoes, looking at the ceiling, comes in, and when they walk out, they are just amazing speakers at the end. And so I just when I get the calls back, it is so exciting. Say, I will give you an example. A girl in the med school, she's giving a lecture at a medical school. And after the lecture is done, she calls home and says, "Mom and Dad, you need to put my brother into Jay's class, because while she was on the stage, she remembers what I told." So that's the kind of impact we see. And then somebody comes in and gives the speeches and constantly gives the speeches on space. And then you find out that, he's doing an internship at SpaceX, and then internship at Tesla, and then going into the IBM, Microsoft, Chase. All of these are my first batch was graduated. And when I hear that, one of the kids I heard about a week ago is completed 80 years in med school. Never would look up, and now completing the 80 years of med school. And
Wow.
Just last week, they call it as the Business Professionals of America. And I guess, when I'm mentioning that, probably guess that the top student, the top group was from my class. scored #1 in the nation. So they won the DFW, they won the Texas State, and they went to the Nationals in Chicago. And the group, little 8th grader from Carroll ISD, they won the #1 spot in the nation. So that was something which makes me really happy. These are some of the happy moments, Nathan. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to share about these things. And one of the kids sitting far off 9,000 miles away from me, he was working with me here in Irving School, and he just participated by the Harvard University, Boston. They went to talent search in India, and this kid win the most creative speech award at the top level in the nation, #1 spot.
That's
and
amazing.
One of the kid won the 2nd spot in the financial education, in the financial literacy in the nation. So those are the people who, I mean, one of the part, of course, that the financially literate, but at the same time, they have to express what they know. And so I'm very happy to know that.
I love that. Debbie, you had a question?
I do. So though, Jay, how did you go from going to school for a pharmacist to getting into public speaking?
Yeah, we forgot about that part of the intro, the whole pharmacist.
No.
That's a good question, Debbie. What happened is with the pharmacy, I have to normally talk to about 200 people every day, and your communication skills are very critical, because this is how they take actions. And people sometimes share with the pharmacist, they sometimes are not shared with their family, or sometimes even with their physicians. So your communication part is very critical, though it's one-on-one. So I just wanted to master it, and I entered into learning more about it. And then I said, okay, now can I participate in competitions? And I did. And so when it came to my son going to high school, and so my wife said, we need a class for him. We don't have one. Can you start one? And I said, okay, that would be interesting. So because I participated in speech competitions, and there are 5 categories, and I won every single one of them, and had some leadership awards from Toastmasters International. So out of all the 160 clubs from Waco, Oklahoma, I got #1 on there. And I said, okay, that's I can start one because I'm qualified. So even though being in a pharmacist and never taught a classroom, I said, okay, let's do one class. And then we got together, friends and family, 10 kids, and we started a classroom in my own office. And then said, okay, it just got expanded. So now we are in 3 countries and 10 locations. So that's all how it all started, with our own need.
Oh, and I also know that you do work with your wife. How is working with your wife as a partnership?
Oh no, that's the question I get all the time. That how don't you kill each other? It didn't happen in the last 9. So yeah, actually she is doing all the marketing. Yeah, because I don't have my background, as you have noticed, that because my tech advisor is not here with me, so she's under the camps. So yeah, it's been working great. She manages all the digital part of digital marketing, all of the social media interactions, and whenever it comes to just talking, that's the part I do. So that's split right in the middle.
We're gonna jump into break here in just a second. One last question to Jeannie. Were you saying something, Scott? I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So Jeannie, and if this goes quickly, anybody else can pipe in that they want to, but just talking about taking it back to the city of Plano, to our community here, what is it that you like about this community? Why Plano? Why? And obviously you do mortgages all over North Texas and maybe even beyond that, but what do you like specifically about this area?
Well, what I love is it's a central location, and Guardian Mortgage is headquartered here in Plano. And it's a great community, and everybody loves the community. Everybody is very involved, even the chamber. And I love it because there's great restaurants. I'll be honest with you. I like to eat. So, and Plano has great restaurants. And now we have a great brewery, Voodoo, which is a great brewery. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to I might go today, actually, after this. Who knows?
Really good. Yeah, they have good beer.
I like all of the amenities, all of the things that are available in Plano, and I like the business friendly culture of Plano.
Yes,
Plano has always been very business friendly.
They go out of their way to, and not just in the small business world. You see a lot of large corporations coming here, which is good also, But yeah, for the small business, we've had our mayor talked about that. We've had numerous city councilmen and people that can actually affect change talk about how that's a huge priority. So guys, when we come back, we're going to do something that's really fun, our rapid fire segment, and we'll wrap up. Rapid fire, we're just going to throw a bunch of questions at our guests and co-hosts, have them answer as quickly as possible. Most of them will be fun, hopefully not too many embarrassing, and then we'll wrap up the show. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm scared.
Uh-oh, are we having technical difficulties in the back?
Mm-hmm.
I will say the best thing I like about Plano is Trader Joe's.
Okay.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now to the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Lavon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Yes.
It should have
Yes,
said, "Are
I'm
you ready?"
ready.
Or, "Are you ready for rapid fire?" But now we can just fill in anything we wanted to. But yes, it is
Yeah.
rapid fire. I think we're having some technical.
Now you're really in charge, Nathan.
Okay, I am in charge. So here's how it works. I'm going to throw out questions. We're going to start with 4 true or false questions. We'll go around, answer true or false. It is going to intrigue us probably, but don't give us the details. We'll come back to that if we want to ask questions afterwards. And then we'll go into some different rapid fire. And if we get to it, I'll end up with one thought-provoking question. Once we're done, we'll jump into our wrap-up and final thoughts. So we'll start with Jeannie. True or false? I've accidentally walked into a glass door thinking it was open.
True.
Scott.
Absolutely.
Debbie.
True.
Jay.
True. I have.
All right, I feel so good. True for me also. True or false? I've sent a text message complaining about someone to that person by mistake. Jeannie.
Never.
Okay, good. Scott.
I have sent a text message back to an agent that I was intending to send to a client.
Okay. Debbie.
Yes, I have.
Okay, Jay.
No, I haven't yet.
Well, you and Jeannie are way better than us. I think I've done it. Actually, I've had somebody do it to me. True or false? I've called somebody by the wrong name for a long time and didn't realize it. Jeannie.
True, I have.
Scott.
I don't think I've done that much.
Okay, Jay.
I might not have done it. Yeah.
Debbie.
Yes.
I did that with Scott this past week. I feel terrible.
Yes, we did.
We had a little mix up. And last, true or false? I've tried to hold, and this may be older, when people had the Bluetooth headset, tried to hold a conversation with someone who was actually talking on Bluetooth. Jeannie.
No.
Okay, good. That. Scott.
We had a battalion chief that used to talk on his all the time, and we made him hold his hand up and go like this so that we would know he was on air.
Jeannie. Debbie.
Probably yes.
Jay.
I haven't done that yet.
I think it's true for me in a grocery store a few times. Okay, short answer. What if you use emojis in your texting? What is your most used emoji? Jeannie.
Hearts. The ones that like fly through the screen.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Scott.
I use Bitmojis.
Okay.
Which are little firefighter emojis that look similar to me.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Debbie.
Just a smiley face, not the laughy, but just a smiley face.
Jay.
I only use a smiley. I'm not good. I don't know much emojis. The only one I know is smiley face. So I use that.
So I use smiley a lot. If I'm talking to my wife about my son, it's probably the poop emoji. So that could be it. We'll just go there. If you could instantly learn any language, which one would it be and why? Let's go backwards. Let's start with Jay.
Yeah, I would go with Spanish. I live in Texas, so I think that would be the first one I would go for.
Debbie?
Again, that would be mine, Spanish, 100%.
It probably should be everybody's. Jeannie?
Actually, I've tried to learn it. I hired a coach, and I just could not get it. But I would love to learn Spanish.
Scott, same thing?
I'm going to go with Hebrew or Aramaic so I can read original text of the Bible.
Okay.
Okay, Nathan. I have been same thing with Jeannie. I've been to school to learn Spanish. Never could learn it except a few words. Yeah.
I should say Spanish, but I'm going to go with Scott, either Hebrew or Greek. Favorite pizza topping or combination? Jeannie.
Bacon.
Oh, nice. Debbie.
Bacon.
What is the question again?
Favorite pizza topping?
Mm-hmm. Bacon and pepperoni.
Pepperoni, yeah, Scott?
I'm a carnivore, man. It's all the meats of pizza.
Okay. Yeah, everything meat and then some black olives. So
yeah.
All right. One would you rather question. Would you rather be able to only communicate through interpretive dance or have to wear really squeaky shoes everywhere you go?
Yeah, I'll go with interpretive dance.
That was no brainer for you, huh, Scott?
I don't even understand interpretive dance, so I'll just go with the squeaky shoes.
I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. That's why it's interpretive. So, Jeannie?
I would dance. I like to dance.
Okay.
Yeah, squeaky shoes. If it was singing, yes. No.
Interpretive dancing seems exhaustive to me. I'm going to go with the shoes as well. So, last question before we wrap up. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be? Make it quick, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Ooh, I like that. Scott.
Live on the dot, but live for the line.
Mm-hmm. Okay, love that. Jay.
Take more risk.
Okay, Debbie.
Just never quit.
Never quit. That's a great one. That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on today. We're going to put our 45-second timer on the clock. Lyndon, if you can throw that up there. We'll start with Jeannie. Just wrap us up. What did you enjoy most about today? We'll have your information scrolling across the bottom as we do that.
Well, I loved all the questions, and even after I've had time to think about them during the break, I have even more I would love to add. So I think this is a really cool format to be able to convey what you're passionate about. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You got 24 seconds left. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, I do.
So I can share something. Yeah. Oh, you have 25.
Yeah. So there's an organization that we went to is for those who had they had disabilities, mental disorders, and they actually had us come and they would serve us dinner. They checked us in like a restaurant, and it was really cool to be a part of that organization. I really wanted to share that community involvement with them.
That's awesome. Jay, 45 seconds to you. What
Yeah,
you enjoy today?
Yeah, really love that. It's all in reciprocal. I think Scott mentioned some part of it that what you give, it goes around. We're not formatting that rules. The rules were already there on the planet. We're just using them. That give more, and automatically things come back to you. So I like that. I like the way the things is formatted out, and really amazing and very nice talking to each one and learning a whole lot. Yeah, so I say BAL or BAL, you must BAL. That is, if you want to have the balance in life or balance in your bank account, just become a learner.
Couldn't agree more. Debbie, 45 seconds to you.
Yeah, I got you. No problem. Thank you. I'm just so glad that you asked me to be on the show. I'm typically on the Frisco show, so join us on Thursdays at 2:30. But it was just nice meeting all of you and learning more about you. And I learn more in connections after we get off the show.
And Scott, 45 seconds to you. Wrap us up.
I like getting to know people, getting to hear what they're doing. I really appreciate people who do financial coaching, because I've seen so many people, and I was one of them. I'm not saying I had no idea how to handle money, and went to learn how to teach somebody and found out I didn't know anything myself. I think
amen to that.
Speaking is very important, and learning how to communicate with people. So, to have a coaching program, that's awesome. And then the things that Jeannie does in the background that she didn't even talk about, Treasured Vessels is one of those things where she's involved in helping women who have been trafficked and things like that. And I just love people who serve and do things like that in the background.
Lyndon, is it Lauren or Diane? Somebody does work with Treasured Vessels as well, I think, and I can't remember if it's another one of our co-hosts. We'll have to connect you with them, Jeannie, or you may know that. You know Lauren Gill or Diane Castle? No? Okay, we'll definitely want to connect you with them.
We've had Treasured Vessels on several times, Nathan, but I'm not sure if either one of those work.
I knew we had, and I thought one of them did. But anyways, we'll have to do that offline. But guys, thank you so much. One of the things that I enjoy about hosting is obviously getting to speak with our different co-hosts each week, but getting to meet with some fantastic guests and people doing the small things to make our community better, to be passionate about their endeavors and to do a great job, not only in their business, but in the community itself. And so as we finish up next week with collaborative cause-based marketing, we'll transition to July, where we're going to be talking about how do we grow new business together, right? How do we work together with each other? And of course, collaborative marketing is an example of that, but there's a lot of other avenues. So you kind of see a building upon from our topics last month to this month to next month. And if you want to know more about any of these topics, we can try to get in front of you, have the conversations, have you on the show. Would love to meet you for lunch or coffee, just to get to know your story in our community. But guys, thank you so much, and hope you have a blessed day. We'll be back here next Wednesday at 11:30. Y'all have a great week.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Lid Love Travel, Scott Johnson with FireBoss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.